Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So, since last episode, I have been utilizing our jetpack quite a bit. I think it's now nighttime, let me sleep real quick. But I have been using our jetpack and I've been building a little bit up here. So, if you notice, I've been clearing this away. This actually used to be a mountain. I was actually looking at making a builder because it's very possible at the moment for us to build a builder or make a builder using haste alloy, building wand, which is pretty straightforward, and then machine frames. They do require dark steel, carbon plates, these machine bases, nothing that we haven't already crafted before. So between episodes, I may make a builder with just a void card just to finish clearing out a lot of this mountaintop, like flattening in spots that I want to flatten. Not all of this is going to get flattened, but anyways, I've started working up here and doing a bit of setup in preparation for the build. You'll notice it's going to be fairly large scale, pretty large scale. This is just the central part of it, and I was actually probably next I may start working on this front entryway section, maybe so. Just kind of laying foundation and getting some of that laid out and stuff. And then I did make a bridge over here with the platforms mod. So I was playing around with that and working on that. Also, there's some water wheels over here. They're actually 4 wide. These aren't plugged up to anything. I just have them for decor, which I need to get these even because they're all kind of offset, as you can tell. But and there's a little glass area here. I have to watch out because the water will freeze if I'm not careful. Which is strange because this water has not frozen even though it could. So, but these are covered. As long as I can't see the sky, they don't freeze. So, oh, but anyways, I've been working on that. It has taken a while to farm up the marble and stuff that we needed for that and whatnot. And I'm also working on this section here. Because we have a pathway here that comes back, and then right here, and then it's going to come upstairs as well. And this is going to be kind of like a tower, so it's going to come up. But anyways, just the first stage of the build. So it's been a bit of effort, especially clearing out that mountain. Actually took a while because I did it by hand, but I wanted it so that it would be visible for us to see this stuff thus far. So. Anyways, today we are going to be doing some Botania, I think, and the reason being, we're at this point in all the mods where we can really go in like all different kinds of directions. And as far as progression goes, right now there's like 4 main things that I'm going to be focusing on for progression. One of those is continuing on with our power setup from downstairs, which is going to take a little bit of work into mechanism and whatnot. Now you'll notice these aren't getting cut down. I actually have the I think it's right back here. I've actually got this turned off right now. There we go. This has backed up. Okay, so I've got this set to disabled on the coal engine, just so we're not running it for no reason. Because I mean this stuff is full. Mainly creosote is pretty well backed up. And I mean, it's barely kicking through this to run all of our stuff. I mean, so I just got that turned off. I mean, like I said, it's producing more than enough power. And then I still don't even have the coal side plugged up because there's not really a whole lot of need for it at the moment. So it's a little bit overkill. But you know, once we start getting into some automation stuff, it won't be so bad. And then in addition, I want to start working towards applied energistics pretty soon. I also want to get into dentistry so we can kind of push through bees and get that stuff done so that we start producing that royal jelly and the pollen that we need. And then I also want to start working my way towards a little bit of psi, okay? Which is going to take some Astral Sorcery, and it's also going to take some Botania. Not too far into either of those mods. And then unlocking psi, I want it mainly for building purposes. Some of the blocks from psi. I don't plan on using psi extensively, like aside from what we need, using the infusion tricks and things like that. But I don't plan on going like super crazy with psi, because psi's, I know I've mentioned this before, psi is a mod. It's a really cool concept. I love the concept, and I love the building blocks and stuff that it brings to the table. Like if you just look at the mod here, I mean, it's a very clean, pretty mod. I think Vosky did a great job on that. However, for actual useful stuff, I just don't feel like it really stands up It tends to be more trouble than it's worth and more just like, oh, that's cool type little things. So I don't plan on using it too extensively. If you are curious about it, I've done it. I've used it in Direwolf, in my Direwolf 21.10 series. So if you know, we'll do a little bit of it, the basics of it, but we're not going to use it too extensively within this pack. But unlocking Psi is going to open up some other stuff for us, like Blood Magic, and from there, Abyssal Craft, and whatnot, which I would like to get those unlocked as well. And then in addition, we have this quest tab that we can actually finish this out today. This is no problem at all to finish out today. So, anyways, let's go ahead. I'm going to have to get some... I've got some bricks prepped. Alright, so we're going to start off... Let me get... I'm going to want some living rock, greenhouse blocks. We don't need a ton of this right now, but there we go. There's 40 blocks of greenhouse blocks. And then I've also got over here, there's some living wood. We'll probably need some more, but that's a good starting point for us. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take our Pure Daisy. I'm just going to set up one of these, I think. There's really not a whole lot of reason, I don't think, to have two of them. So we'll have one setting up right here, and then, I don't know what we'll do with the other one, because it's like instantaneous. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious about this bridge, a lot of blocks don't work with platforms, with the platform mod. But Darkwood planks, these are here, Darklands Oakwood planks from the Darklands trees, like right over there. Those do work. So that is Darklands Oak, and then it's just diorite for the base. And I actually kind of like the way it turned out. I think it fits with our build. It looks good. It looks clean. So I went with that. Okay, so in our quest book, they want us to make a mana pool for starters. So let's go ahead and just whip one of those up. That's going to complete a quest, and they're going to give us 8 mana powder. And then... let's see, mana spreader. How are these crafted within this pack? Okay, it looks like we are going to have to get... there's 2 different recipes here. You can either use sunny quartz or illumination powder. That would take starlight. Let's see. Luminous crafting table. It's not that far into Astral Sorcery to get that, though. Well, we'll just go with the quartz route, because it's really not that difficult. So, 6 living wood, we've got that. We're also going to need a block of gold. And let me go ahead and get... I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff to make 2 of these. So, then 2 nether quartz. And then we're going to need sandy glass. It's a little bit different within this pack. So, let's get ourselves just a bit of this glass. We're going to have to break it down to get glass shards. And I wonder why that didn't get dumped a minute ago, because I dumped my my backpack and I didn't dump it into the system. But anyway, there's some glass shards, and then if we just take sand, there we go. With those glass shards, we can get 2 sandy glass, and then we should be all set. Oh, and I'm gonna need 8. Is it 8 glowstone per? Yeah, it's 8 glowstone per. So I'm gonna need 16 glowstone. Now we are all set. So let's pop up here. And we'll go ahead and use the atomic reconstructor with the nether quartz. Seems like this only crafts 1 at a time. Let's do 1 more. There we go. There's our 2 sunny quartz. And then I need to get this... okay, it's in the atomic reconstructor for sandy glass as well. Okay, my bad. I was looking at the... it was the powered furnace or whatever. Whatever it was. The, yeah, extra utilities 2 furnace. That's disabled, so... you can also do it in the alloy smelter, the redstone furnace, the atomic reconstructor. So that's a little bit off for us. Alright, so now we should be able to get our 2 glowing glass, and then we should be able to get our 2 mana spreaders. There we go. And that's going to complete a quest, and they're going to give us 2 more living wood. And then we need to make 3 living wood twigs. I do not have the living wood on me. What was it to make living wood? Treated wood planks. Okay, that's pretty easy, in fact. Alright, we'll get this converted real quick. And we can get our 3 living wood twigs. There's that. Oh. Okay. And we get to pick either a mystical white petal or a mystical brown. We're going to go ahead and take white. That's fine. And then they want us to make a wand of the forest. And it looks like it can be any color, is what the quest information says. So let's see. Let's go with like red and light blue, I think. So twigs, light blue and red, and there we go. Wand of the forest, and that's going to complete this quest. They're going to give us 2 more living wood. And see, we've pretty much knocked out this. Now, this quest here for the Endoflames, we have not actually done this. I don't know why this is registered as being done. I have no clue. So let's grab our Petal Apothecary, and let's see, the quest, they want us to make 2 Endoflames. Is the recipe standard in this pack? It is 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. Okay. Okay, so our Petal Apothecary, for right now, I'm just going to put this, like, right here, temporarily. It's probably going to get moved. Botania is going to be up here, though, as well as our apiaries and stuff like that. We're going to have a lot of that within this area. So, but let me get bucket. And I am going to go ahead and grow some more flowers real quick. Especially red and gray. Because we're going to make a little bit more than what they, than the 2 that they want for the quest. Now, I will say Endoflames are going to be fairly temporary. I'm not going to say it's super temporary or anything, because we're not necessarily going to be working on Botania next episode. But as far as Botania progression, we're not going to be using Endoflames for too terribly long. So I don't even know that I'm going to worry about automating them. I know on the server it seems to be fine in most cases to automate them, but I know there was an instance where automating them in a void world on the server pretty much destroyed the server for a little while. So I don't want to take the chance on it acting up and causing coal to spew out or anything. Because what was happening was, like, the Endoflames weren't burning the coal when you are offline, and it was just piling up coal is what it was doing. And even the redstone wasn't working, and the Endoflames weren't burning the coal, so it was just spewing coal everywhere, or something to that effect. So I'm just going to not worry about automating the Endoflames. There's not a whole lot of point in it. It's not something that we really need at the moment, because I don't plan on using Endoflames long term. Okay, so let me get a couple things here. Let me get, first up, a chest, just so we have a place to store our Botania stuff over near our Botania area. Another thing I would like to get fairly soon, which is not terribly expensive within this pack, the main thing holding us back is we do need to get into a little bit of Astral Sorcery. But I would like to get a Magnum Torch fairly soon, just because it would make my life a little bit easier. But also lighting up the area would too, but I'm not a huge fan of torches everywhere. It kind of actually drives me insane a little bit. Alright, so there's our chest. We got our seeds, and let's go ahead and get, let me fill this bucket up real quick. So Endoflame is 2 brown, a red, a light gray, seed, and then let's go ahead and repeat this a few times. You can drop the bucket on there, but then you have to wait to pick it up. I'd rather just right click it. Okay, so there's 4 Endoflames. I think we're going to start with 4 for right now. That should be more than enough. And I'm just going to throw this stuff into there. I'm going to go ahead and throw the treated wood, the living rock, all that stuff, the mana powder also. Okay, and for right now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up our Botania stuff just on this end. Yeah, just right over here. We'll do our Endoflames. Well, let's put our mana spreader down first. That way they bind. I don't have to manually bind them. There we go. And Wand of the Forest. We'll just double check these. They are all bound to the mana spreader right now. And then we'll put down our mana pool. And let me go grab like a bit of charcoal. I think. Well, actually, you know what? I think it was brought up. Somebody mentioned, I think, that coal doesn't work as well in this pack as it does in normal packs. Like, it like just gnoms through the coal like crazy fast. Let me grab like 4 pieces. And we're going to see. Normally, charcoal and coal work the same, but it's... From what I've heard, it's kind of nerfed in this pack. So we're about to find out. And if so, we're going to find out by how much. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't know, it's not too bad so far. Now it's not quite normal. It's not great. I believe normally it burns for a little bit longer than that, but blocks of charcoal are free, so we'll go ahead and run those. I could run regular coal, that would work as well. Alright, but anyways, this quest here for the Endo Flames, we're going to go ahead and turn that in. They're going to give us an Endo Flame, a block of coal, and then either 2 more blocks of coal or 2 of any of these petals. We'll take the blocks of coal. Not much reason in getting petals, I don't think. And then we have a quest here, get 1 living wood. They're going to give us a Lexica Botania. And then we get to pick a Mana Pearl, Mana Diamond, or Mana Infused String. We're going to take the Mana Diamond. And that means we are now 100% done in Botania. It's really just kind of starting Botania. It barely brushes on Botania as a whole. Alright, so we got our Lexica Botania now. I'm going to go ahead and just put this away. I don't really need it today. I don't feel like... Okay, so now that that's done, what we're working towards is the Runic Altar, right? So, to make this, we can either go with the Pulsating Mesh from Forestry, and then, of course, we've got Stoneburnt, or we can get into Roots, which is through Astral Sorcery. And I think we're going to go ahead and go through Astral Sorcery. We are going to be doing bees. Like I said, we're probably going to do some Gendistry next episode. I'm kind of thinking next episode we'll do Gendistry. The following episode, we might start towards AE2. Maybe. We'll see. Which means we have to get the Empowerer, but we'll be popping between our different objectives in, across the next few episodes. So, but to start Astral Sorcery, we actually have a quest tab here for it. The first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a journal. And this, let me actually pull this back up, Astral Sorcery. We need to make a journal. That's 3 aquamarine, a book, and some parchment. And we can do it either in a normal crafting table or a luminous crafting table. So, let's see. How many aquamarines? Let's go ahead and just grab these for right now, because we're going to need a few of them today. And we'll grab a book. And then we need to make some parchment, and that's just paper. So, let me just go ahead and grab some rice here. And there's some paper. Okay, and then we can get our parchment and then our journal. And that completes a quest. They're going to give us 1 aquamarine for that. The next quest we've already completed. Just get a crafting table. Simple as that. Which we'll be using that in just a moment. But first up, our journal here. If we open this up, you can see, if we zoom in on this discovery, this, you use it to kind of track your progress and everything. So you can see different things that we can do. But what we're going to do is we're going to, in my sort of junk chest, I actually have constellation paper here for Avitus, and Armora. There's like 6 of these, I want to say. We don't have all of them, but you can see that these are unlocked here. And then what we can do is we can shift right click and we can put our constellation paper into our journal. So we'll go ahead and do that so that it stores it in there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get some things together and go out and find ourselves one of those shrines. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off, let's get 2 crafting tables, and then we're also going to want to get ourselves some sooty marble, which is just marble with coal. So I'm just going to use some of these marble bricks. Oh, I can't. Okay. See, can I turn these back into normal marble by chance? No, I cannot. Okay, I'm going to have to go out and find some marble. But in addition, we are also going to want to get the stuff to make a resonating wand, which is an ender pearl, some aquamarine, and some marble. And then we're going to want the stuff to make ourselves a luminous crafting table as well. It's 6 more marble and then sooty marble. Okay, so the main thing I need to grab for us while we're out is just an ender pearl. And we've got everything else. Okay. So, and it's about to be nighttime. And I'm going to just pop down into the mine and see if I can go find some marble, because we're going to need a decent amount of it. It's nighttime right now, 11 p.m. That's fine. Okay, I've been flying around for a little bit, and I just found what we are looking for. That is one of these big Astral Sorcery buildings. Okay. And we still got enough time. I think it's nighttime. We got enough time, I think, to get crafted what we need to craft. So first up, what we're going to do is we're going to drop a crafting table right there. And then let's go ahead and get our sooty marble. So that is crafted just like so. And I don't really want any surprises popping down in here on me. And then next up, we're going to need to get a resonating wand. If we just take marble, ender pearl, aquamarine, there's our resonating wand. And then we are also going to need to get ourselves the luminous crafting table, which is, I can't pull it up for some reason, but I think it's, let's see, luminous crafting table is marble, and then sooty marble and a crafting table. So, sooty marble, crafting table, and then marble, and there is our luminous crafting table. And you can see it says your vision expands, you learn more about exploration. So now if we take a look here, we should have, yeah, I believe it's this one right here, exploration. And we have another tab discovered. Okay, and this covers like light whales, skywave resonator, which is something we definitely want to get to, like ASAP. Alright, but let's go ahead and look in here. We memorized a drawing of Vicio and Dissidia. Okay, and there's nothing on that constellation paper, so I'm just going to put it back. So if somebody else needs it, they can come out here and find this one and use it. And, I don't know, there we go, just a visual bug. Okay, so we've got a couple more of our constellations. And the luminous crafting table, basically it is going to absorb... None of these have anything. The luminous crafting table is going to absorb starlight and be able to craft. Instead of having to come over here to a floating crystal, we'll be able to craft just with our luminous crafting table. Okay, so that quest is done. Also the resonating wand, we're going to get 2 aquamarine for that. And now technically we can craft a runestone. Okay, because runestone is simply sooty marble and marble and binder composite. Okay. Okay, now we're kind of waiting until nighttime before we can progress. So I'll be back once nighttime hits. Okay. That's the worst thing about Astral Sorcery is you rely so much on nighttime. Okay, the sun is starting to set, and if you look here, if you look really, really closely, you can see smoke kind of coming up out of the ground. And that indicates spots where crystal ore is underneath the ground. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find some of those, and we're going to have to dig way down. We have to go down to about, it's about Y level 5, okay, is generally roughly where it's at. And any marble that I find along the way, I am snagging it. Yeah, right here. Okay, so there is our first bit of rock crystal ore. Now you'll notice this stuff does not stack, and that's because it's all different. Why is it not picking up? There we go. So we got 4 rock crystals to start with. That's great. That is great. So let's head out. That's enough to get us started, honestly. So, and we got some marble, which is good too. Okay, so now that we've got that, what we want to do is we want to use our luminous crafting table, and I'm actually just going to set this up right up here for right now. So right there, and you can see that's how much starlight we have, which is pretty good. Now this doesn't it doesn't build up. Basically, this is how much starlight this is receiving at the moment. And the higher your elevation, generally, the better it is. Also, certain places have better starlight than others. And what I want to do is I want to make a light well. That is one of those attuned rock crystals, a couple aquamarine, runed marble, and chiseled marble. This stuff is crafted, but I went ahead and changed over the marble that we had to those. So that, there we go. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to smack it with our resonating wand. And you can see we get like a little beam of light and some sound effects. And there is our very first light well. Then let me go ahead and get one more rock crystal. We're going to go with a smaller size. You can actually use these to make tools. The mechanics for it are actually kind of involved, and they're kind of interesting because it works a little bit differently than most things do. But all right, so there we go. And once again, hit it with the resonating wand to craft. So, and then there we go. There is our 2 light wells. And then what we can do, this place actually gets a decent amount of starlight, so we're going to use this spot here. And we'll just do our light wells setting right there. I'm actually going to shift this over. Yeah, that should be good. And then what we can do is we can take either these rock crystals or aquamarine. I'm going to use aquamarine. And we can right-click it into the light wells, and it's going to start producing this liquid starlight. So, and this stuff is going to be useful because we can use it for sand generating as well as other things. So, but for right now, what I want to do is I want to let that stuff build up for a little bit, and you can pump it out if you so desire. You can pump it out the bottom and then pump it into like a drum or something like that. But right now, this is just temporary placement because I want to craft a Skywave resonator. Oh, and by the way, we should have some quests completed, right? So, yes, light wells. Make a light well. We get 4 aquamarine. We'll go ahead and claim that. And then there's a witch. That's what I'm trying to say. I think there's a witch somewhere trying to throw stuff at me. But anyways, I'm going to keep these running. There is a chance, or no, it was an aquamarine breaking. There is a chance as these things craft that they can break. So if you hear that glass shatter sound, that's probably what that is. But what I want to make is the Skywave resonator, which to do that I'm going to have to get a bucket of liquid starlight first. And that's kind of what I'm waiting on. This one should be about up to a bucket. So, and then in addition we're going to need just some marble, aquamarine, and some gold. So let me pop down here, let me get a piece of gold. Alright, we are at 700 millibuckets right now of liquid starlight. It is currently 1652. Let me see. Do we have, I think I've still got some binder composite down here. I would like to make some of our roots stuff, so we can go ahead and get that done too. Okay, now I don't have any made up, and this is a little bit more important, so let's see. We have a bucket. Here we go. So we got our very first bucket of liquid starlight. That's going to complete this quest, and we'll get our aquamarine, and then we can make our Skywave resonator, which this is, oh, let's see, aquamarine, liquid starlight, 2 pieces of marble, and gold. So let's lay this out. Gold, and then 2 pieces marble. There's our Skywave resonator, and we'll just right click that. And I want those to keep running because that liquid starlight's going to be important to us as we progress. Okay, now we've got the Skywave resonator. And what we can do is we can fly around with this thing, and actually I believe I can put it in the offhand, I think. But I'm actually not 100% sure. I think it can go in the offhand, so I'm going to stick it right there. And we're going to fly around. We are looking for kind of like a dark fog on the ground. Okay. Well, it's sunrise now, so we're not going to be able to see it, so. Alright, let's wait until nighttime once more. I'm just kind of editing footage as I wait. So, and I'm also going to get some binder composite made so that as soon as the sun goes down again, we can get the blocks that we need for our runic altar, which is the runestone slabs. Now, well, it'll probably be next episode Well, we'll also have to get an otherworld leaf, so it'll still be a little bit before we can make the runic altar. Totally forgot about that. That's a little bit farther into roots. Basically just getting sprites, so. But anyways, let's go ahead. But anyways, I'll be back in just a minute once night hits again. Okay, the sun's going down again, so it is snowing / raining. But I'm going to fly around, and I'm looking for somewhere, hopefully in the general vicinity, that has that black fog that I was talking about. So that's kind of what I'm on the lookout for is... Well, not that. That's a cloud, but... I'm looking for some, like... It kind of looks like black fog on the ground. Oh, by the way, we did complete the quest, though. The Skywave Resonator quest. We're going to get a rock crystal ore for that. Okay, here's one. This is actually over near, kind of close to my base. This is the closest one I've found yet. So for right now, I am going to mark this. We'll just do like that. I'm hoping to find a better one, though, that's a bit closer to our home. Because that's still a little ways off. Oh, here's one. And this one actually is better. You can see it's kind of sparkling. That's actually a pretty dense fog. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. Let me, I don't actually want that one. Let's mark this little area here. And that one's not, I mean, that's not too far from our base. It's 300 meters, but... Oh, and here's another one. Right here. Actually, that's really close to that. Which, that alone, that could be useful. So let me, like having two right there next to each other. Or fairly close to each other. This one's pretty big, too. Okay, I'm getting pegged here. But yeah, there's a lot of starlight right there. Still wish there was a really nice one like right up here. That would be ideal, but no such luck. Okay, yeah, I've flown out away from the base. That seems to be about the closest one that we're going to get, and it's a pretty good one. Especially being like there's like a few right there next to each other. It's a lot of starlight space that we can use. So I think that's going to be the one that we go with. Yeah, because it runs from like there all the way over to like here. I don't know. And it's also possible that... Yeah, it's up on top of the slime island too. So I will destroy part of that slime island, I do believe. And then it's also over here on this beach, right? It's like all of this. Actually, it's probably like all of that. I'm just going to mark it. I don't know. We're going to have to, once we get over here and once we start building, we'll start kind of pinpointing and everything. But I think that should be pretty good. Pretty good. And that way we can build a nice little Astral Sorcery spot with a lot of... I mean, that's a really good spot and not too far from our base. So we can make a little connection over to that and use it. So I think that'll be good. But basically what that is, what those little fog spots are that we were looking for, that is places with really high concentrations of starlight. Because as we progress within Astral Sorcery, we're going to need access to more and more starlight. Okay? So let's set this there. And one reason that I wanted to go ahead and find that this episode is so that we know for building purposes where we want to build for Astral Sorcery. Okay, and I've actually got 5 buckets of liquid starlight built up. We are going to automate that with like pipes, but not just yet. Anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. About the 30-minute mark, or actually probably a little bit over the 30-minute mark. So I am going to end out this episode here. Actually, we got quite a bit of stuff done within Astral Sorcery. We are over 50% now with Astral Sorcery, according to the quest book. But the quest book generally just covers like the basics of the mods and not the more advanced stuff. So, but anyways, next episode, like I said, I think we're going to do Gendustry next episode. Go ahead and get that out of the way. So we can kind of start finishing out bees, or at least, you know, get the royal jellies being produced and stuff like that for bees. At least get that aspect done and over with. And then the following episode, we will probably start with some AE2, and then we'll switch back to Magic. And we're just going to kind of rotate around because there's a lot of different things we need to be focusing on. So I figure we'll kind of spread it out so we don't get tired of doing the same stuff. Because we were doing tech for a really long time. It's kind of nice to step into Magic, but I also don't want to just not do bees. So we do need to get that underway so we can get those being farmed and everything as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.